Peace to all. This weekend we celebrated the Feast of the Epiphany as we continue on in these 12 days of Christmas. The Magi were confounded. They were surprised after a long journey within which they needed a great deal of help. They were disappointed with what they found. The king they found was not what they had expected. They found him not in a palace, but in poverty. They found him not in strength, but in weakness. They found him in the tininess of an infant, not as a general or a warrior. But in their confusion, something very important happened to the Magi. They turned their disappointment into an epiphany. An epiphany is a sudden manifestation of the essence or meaning of something. They did not allow the disappointments of life to overwhelm them. They took life as it came. They became more aware of things around them. Herod wasn't who they thought he was, and thus they had to redirect their journey. The story of the Magi presents us with the basic challenge of living. Life seldom works out the way we expect it to. So often our plans turn into disappointments, and we either give up or we change the direction of our lives, turning our disappointments into epiphanies. One of the biggest mistakes we make as humans is to think that we are in control of our lives. But this is an illusion. This is what the Magi were challenged to do. This was their epiphany. They discovered that life was profoundly mysterious and can never be totally figured out. They came to accept that their king was born in a manger and would die on a cross. Thus, they allowed themselves to see life differently. They allowed themselves a rebirth. Life is always about rebirth. It's always about letting go of expectations and or plans, moving on in the process, gaining depth and psychological and spiritual maturity. It's all about discovering God anew in all the transitions of our lives. So as we begin this new year and still continue on with the 12 days of Christmas, what's the rebirth that each one of us needs? Peace to all.